This is Baggies View. West Bromwich Albion are back in the Premier League. Hello and welcome to this week's Baggies View. I'm Andy Walker and I'm joined by Chris Lepkowski, where we'll be looking back at those jubilant scenes at Doncaster's Keepmoat Stadium on Saturday. Welcome, Chris. Well, Chris, it all turned out well in the end on Saturday. How was it from your point of view?
Hectic. But it was good. I mean, it was a great day, bright sunshine, very hot up there. So the fans had a good day out and the players put on a performance for them. And, it was crucial to cross that line, really, because they've been there or thereabouts for a while.
Well, Chris, about the actual game against Doncaster on Saturday, was it quite nerve-wracking in the end?
It was a little bit, really, because Albion had gone 3-1 ahead, conceded late goal, and Doncaster put them under pressure in the last few minutes, and there was a late chance right at the very end, which had it gone in, we wouldn't be talking about a promoted team yet, but because goal difference might still have played a part. But they got there eventually, and it was probably a mixture of relief and celebration at the end.
About Roberto Di Matteo, I mean, he always comes across as a very sensible, laid-back, calm man, never one to get carried away. Was Saturday a chance for him to finally let his hair down?
Well, he was still sarcastic as ever. But yeah, he got soaked with champagne. I think he'd had some champagne, possibly a little bit too much. But he enjoyed it, and there was a real spirit which has really come to the fore in recent weeks among Albion players and the coaching and stuff. You can really tell there's a togetherness there, which for me was always a concern at the start of the season, but they've come through it, and he was very happy and jubilant, and rightly so, because it's a great achievement to have come in your first year to take a team back to the Premier League with all the expectation. It's a good achievement.
Absolutely. Well, here are the views of a jubilant champagne-soaked Di Matteo following Albion's promotion.
I think as a manager, probably a promotion is probably good if you have it on your track record. So it's been great to work with these players that I had this year. I enjoyed it very much. Also the players I had last year, they were very good to me. And at the end of the day, you need to have good players, and players that are willing to put a lot of effort into the season. It's like when you're a baby and you start to learn to walk. And I think next year we have to learn to run, I guess. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll try our best. We'll see. I don't know. We'll obviously it's the club's well known for the last few years for their achievements. It's going to be difficult, I guess, but I just want to enjoy the moment today and tomorrow maybe.
It seems you Albion fans have finally woken up from your hangover from those post-promotion celebrations and sent us several questions to put to Chris. Chris, the first one here is from Danksy, who has messaged you via Twitter, I believe, wondering, do Albion need to sign a new first-choice goalkeeper for the Premier League next season?
I think a few weeks ago there were major doubts about Carson's form. He wasn't playing well, he was getting a lot of stick. But the manager kept faith with him. It would have been a very easy decision to replace him and bring in Dean Kiley. He kept faith with him, and he's produced some good performances. They are looking for a goalkeeper, and I think they should ideally try and get a goalkeeper in who will challenge Scott Carson, but in the last few weeks he's done okay.
He's held on to his place there. And the next one is, obviously we heard off Jeremy Peace several comments in Peace Studio, I know, for Monday's Birmingham Mail. Bob from Oldbury is wondering, now can Albion expect to see some big names arrive following Jeremy Peace's statement?
In an ideal world, yeah. We all use Kanu as a barometer, really, of the big names that Albion might be looking for, but that was an exception. We've got to remember that Albion are in a market where they are still going to be fairly down in the pecking order in terms of players. There's going to be established clubs, Blackburns, Boltons, Birminghams, who perhaps have more money to spend, but the message is clear from Jeremy Peace, and that is that they're not going to necessarily go down the route of paying a lot of money for transfer fees. There are good players who can be picked up cheap, who might command higher wages, and They didn't do that last time, probably to the detriment. And they're going to go down that route this time if the right players come along.
Certainly going to be a crucial summer for them.
It will, and they need to try and get as much work done this side of the World Cup. That probably won't happen because the transfer window doesn't reopen till July. Players are reluctant to leave at that point, and a lot of the attention will be on South Africa. But if they can get the main thrust of the team ready for pre-season and for August, then they'll have done okay.
Thanks, Chris, and thank you for watching this week. And be sure to log on the same time next week, where we'll be looking back to see whether Albion suffered a post-promotion hangover. Thanks, and we'll see you then.